Hi, Bruce.
Hey, Dad. Turn around.
Are you kidding? He was diagnosed around about the age of 8 or so with ADHD.
And he was also diagnosed with a mild case of Tourette's, so he was getting help for that as well. So he always felt like he was sort of different than everybody else.
There's Bruce. Unwinding.
Bruce was always the one that was a little more in trouble all the time, and so Bruce loved it when he could get Darcy in trouble.
If I had to describe our relationship growing up, it would be immature and childish, but with the undertone of love and loyalty. It was like, that was kind of the Oake way of showing love.
By the time he got to high school, he was kind of like the life of the party. He sort of coveted that dangerous lifestyle until it got real.
You come to the realization of how much of a hold addiction had over him.
I guess his girlfriend came in the bathroom and found him shooting up, and he had taken a bit too much. He was on a heavy nod, and she called 911. I guess the ambulance showed up. He refused to get in the ambulance or something like this, and they left, but she wouldn't let him back in the house. He went to Tipperary's pub just up the street. Obviously, took a last hit, and that was the one that was clearly too much.
I really felt like I could have done more. I could have been there for him, and maybe I could have kept him from being in that bar that night.
That pub was one of our favorites, growing up, and so I did go back a couple times, but it's never went in that bathroom, ever.
2 police officers walked in, and a third person with a black jacket on. Then they went really silent, and they said, "Terry, Mr. Oake's dead." And they asked me if I could come identify the body and if I knew how to get a hold of his parents.
I would come into work at 7, somewhere between 7 and 8, and go through the calls that are sitting in the queue waiting for police dispatch. And one of them stood out, and it was an Assist Calgary Police Service. And I saw it was for a death notification to advise Anne and Scott Oake of the death of Bruce Oake.
That call was horrific. Anne answered my cell phone because it was ringing and I was out cold. She woke me up and said it's Gord Hudson.
When I called him, I said, "Scott, there's no easy way for me to say this, but Bruce was found in Calgary, deceased." And I could hear Anne in the background just scream. It wasn't fun making that call.
One of the reasons that Scott approached us was he wasn't interested, or Anne or Darcy, they weren't interested in doing anything half-measured. You can build a treatment center here, 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 and here, but if you don't have the right culture, you're not going to have the success you're looking for. You need to have the right culture, and so he was looking to us to help build that culture in Winnipeg.
Let me tell you about Jan. This is Scott Oake's favorite, and Anne's favorite, and Darcy's favorite. God love the Oakes, so we're so honored to be here.
And this idea that Anne and Scott and Darcy have is clearly a lighthouse idea. This is so important, not just a one-off for Bruce, but a really important idea for the country and beyond.
Try as we did, try as he did. The life of our son Bruce could not be saved, but other lives will be saved at the Bruce Oake Recovery Center.
very pleased that the government of Manitoba will be committing $3.5 million to the Bruce Oak Recovery Centre.
I think that this is going to be a very impactful place, and it's just amazing that the Oak family has given so much to get it built and then to share the experience of their family with everybody who walks through that front door.
To see what it's going to do for the community and do for in helping those who need the help. We're super excited that it's finally all coming to fruition, and it's ready to go.
What he taught me about life and just who he was helped me be better. And I think this recovery center will hopefully save and help people so they do get the second chance that he might not have gotten.
We just passed the anniversary of Bruce Oak's death in March, and I just wish, I know it's impossible, but wish he was here to see it.
Those moments pop up frequently where it's like, I just wish I could call him right now.
We would give anything. We would give everything we have to have another day with it. But that's not going to happen, and so we
have to
do
try
the best we can.
Yeah, and we want to save somebody else's life if we can. So.
And give meaning to his life, and try to help ensure that what happened to him doesn't happen to somebody else.
Where I am weak, you're sure to succeed. Be the voice that chases the darkness away.